Hey guys, it's Glenn from Glenn's Car Collection. We're driving the brand new Lexus RC350 Sport. I love this brilliant color. This is actually a press car from Lexus. I have this car for about 30 minutes, so thanks for Lexus for allowing me to drive the car. We've driven the RCF on the channel with the V8 engine. So this is a 6-cylinder, 3.5-liter 6-cylinder producing 311 horsepower. Back in the day, that was a ton of horsepower. 90s Corvettes have 300 horsepower with the LT1 engine. Now 311 horsepower is probably just adequate, but we're going to take this for a drive and find out. So a couple things about the Lexus. The F Sport is essentially an appearance package, gives you some more aggressive grills, front and rear, bumpers, grill, wheels, beautiful Lexus interior. Now this white interior is a press car. How long is this white interior going to stay clean? But it is a beautiful color combination, certainly with the blue and the white. It's getting windy. I think it's about to thunderstorm. Now this is all-wheel drive. I think the regular RCF with the V8 is actually a rear drive with a naturally aspirated V8. I have to press the button. And this actually has a really big trunk. It is a very practical car if you could get away with the 2-seater. It's essentially a 2+2, but unless you're a toddler, you're not going to fit in the back. Look how deep that trunk goes. So this is as far as I could reach. You can definitely fit 2 sets of golf clubs to go play golf, or in my case, hockey, no problem. You could fit a lot in this car. Very practical if you don't need a back seat. Again, I'm 6 feet tall. This is how I have my seat sitting behind myself. It's not going to happen. So I'm not even going to try because I'm in a remote area and I would never get out. You can get some good stereo options for this car as we look around the car. I think Lexus kills it with interior for this price point. So this price point with the F Sport package is $58,000. I love the Lexus steering wheel. It just feels so good to the touch. You got leather on top. You got the perforated leather here. It feels really good in your hand. I would complain, even though it's a torque converter automatic, the paddle shifters are a little too small, but they are of high quality. You have your heated and cooled seats. It's a hot day, so we have the cooled seats. You even have a heated steering wheel, and you have all hard buttons for that. You have a mouse pad to go through. It's a little difficult to use this. It's not the best. You can play around with different settings. So we can drive over here. We can drive in Eco mode, Sport Plus, and anywhere in between. I think we'll drive at Sport Plus today. That sounds pretty good. Now the gauges change. So when we go to Eco, we have the Eco, and then as we go into the higher stages up to Sport Plus, then we kind of have a different gauge cluster here. You also have, it notifies you if anybody's sitting in the back for safety. You have your climate control. You have the clock, which keeps very good time. One thing I couldn't find was the start-stop button. I was looking down here on the sides. It's actually up top. Now that you know where it is, it wouldn't be an issue. Very comfortable. These seats are heated or cooled. They're perforated leather. It feels very rich, luxurious, very, very comfortable. All right, and we'll go into that torque converter automatic. It's really a good looking car, and if you see it, the F Sport definitely makes a difference in how it looks. And if you didn't know any better, you would probably think this is the RCF. So you could probably trick your co-workers, trick your friends into thinking you bought the V8. And you'll be laughing all the way to the gas station with the money you'll save on gas. All right, so we'll do an acceleration on the highway, then we're gonna, whoa, that was bumpy. We're gonna take it some back roads. So now we're in drive where the car is actually gonna shift forward. So I'm gonna put it in manual mode where I have to use the paddle shifters. Acceleration feels adequate at best. I've driven a lot of fast cars lately, Ferraris, McLarens, Lamborghinis, 992, Porsche turbos. So the car feels slow to me. It feels adequate at best, the 0 to 60 acceleration. Now we're gonna brake here and we're gonna make a U-turn. The downside of doing this here is we gotta slow down in the left lane to make this sharp turn, and then we'll get back on the highway and have to merge again in the left lane. So here we go, holding my camera so they don't fly all over the place. And now the paddles are fixed to the steering wheel. So you do have to reach for it in that situation. I prefer it to the column, but I've only seen exotics with it on the column. Good sound there in Sport Plus for sure. Acceleration from a dead stop wasn't bad. From a rolling stop, it seemed adequate at best. Very comfortable in here, very quiet in here. We had the car running when we talked into the parking lot. You could probably barely hear that the engine was even on. So it's a luxury car first. It may look like a sports car, but this is a luxury car. Just like the LC500, it is no sports car. Really good sight lines here. You have a big A-pillar and the roof is cut a little bit for obviously the look of the car and aerodynamics. Try to get in front of this truck because he might be taking the same exit as us. It downshifts fairly quickly. Not fantastically, that's for sure. It is a torque converter automatic, not a dual clutch. Lexuses are very reliable. You buy a car like this and you can put 200,000 miles on this engine, 3.5 liter V6, it's very proven. You should have no reliability problems as long as you maintain your car. All right, so we're gonna brake now. We're gonna downshift. The downshifts are definitely slow. And again, it's doing it for comfort and being a luxury car. All right, so now that we're behind this pickup truck, I'm gonna put it in drive, take it out of manual mode so the car's gonna shift itself. So this steering wheel feels fantastic. I mean, I could drive all day with this steering wheel. These seats are fantastic. I could drive all day in these seats. Right now I have the cooled seats because it's a hot day and it feels great in here. I'm sure the heated steering wheel and the heated seats would feel just as good on a winter day. Very comfortable. I've driven these roads with a lot of press cars today, and a lot of them are very bumpy and rough, and this car is really smooth, all day smooth, very comfortable in this car. It's a good looking car, especially blue, and if you follow the channel, I'm biased to blue cars, so I think this car is a looker. I'm just gonna, so I'm going to give us a little distance here so we can take some fun turns behind that pickup truck. Now, it's not a sports car. You're probably not going to drive on turns like this, but it's good that you know that you could. All right, so now for these turns, we'll put it in manual mode and see what this Lexus can do. Sounds really good in Sport Plus, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of things to like about this car. You know, $58,000 is a little on the steep side, but the average car now costs about $40,000. This 4-cylinder Supra that I drove, and I'm not sure which video you see first, was $43,000. So I would describe this car as very smooth, very comfortable, good looking car. I'm sure it's going to be very reliable. You're going to have Lexus resale value. Definitely not a sports car. So if you want the look of a sports car, but you're honest with yourself, let's put it back in the torque converter automatic shifting mode. If you're honest with yourself and you're just going to drive this to work, commuting, going to the golf range, or doing whatever you're going to do, going out to dinner, this is really the perfect car. If you're not going to hustle mountain roads like this, there's really no reason to get anything else, and I think you'll make a fantastic choice with this car. So far, there's nothing. Could have used a little more power? Yes. Could have used a little more brakes? Yes. Could have used a little stiffer suspension and to take these turns faster? Of course. Then you're going to buy another car. You're probably going to buy a 6-cylinder Supra or something like that. You're most likely not going to buy this car. You'll buy a GTR. I don't know. But it's not going to be this. And Lexus has the car for you if you like all those things. RCF will give you a lot more horsepower, a naturally aspirated V8. You're going to have a stiffer suspension. So Lexus does have that car. And because this is an F Sport, they look very similar. All right, guys, so that's our review of the RC350 F Sport all-wheel drive. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think of this car in the comments. What color do you like? Do you like the blue? And let me know what car you want me to review next. If I get enough people asking for that car, I'll try to go out there and make it happen. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.